Hey, welcome to my first R1 Driving Academy guide for Assetto Corsa EVO, this time in the Mazda MX-5 Cup car, and this car doesn't have launch control, but you will need to balance your throttle as you pull off the line, because if you just hammer it and drop the clutch, you'll get wheel spin. So try control your wheel spin a little bit at the start, and once you've caught it, then full throttle. This will be quite challenging. We are in the rain and we might have to experiment with our driving lines a little bit to find the best time. To start off with, we're looking for that service road on the left side there and braking about half a car length after that. We're beginning to turn in at this point and quite light on the brakes here, carrying some speed into the turn. Might even need a little bit of throttle to balance the car a bit there. And we're getting back on the brakes once we're at this point in the track, making sure we don't touch any of the curbs because they're all slippery, and having a very late apex into this turn here. And we're being very gentle, picking up the throttle again because it's easy to snap into oversteer here, carrying our momentum to the outside of the track and once again not touching the curb, because if you touch that you'll slide around a bit and you'll lose some time. Back to the right side of the track, we don't need to brake into this turn, but we're looking out for those cones and we can begin turning in just before we get to them to make our way through this turn, lifting off throttle. Avoid getting onto the curb here, but come as close as you can to it. And then for these following turns, we're going to play with our lines a little bit. We're aiming to have a wider entry line to find a bit more grip, because it seems like those narrow lines have a slipperier surface. So aim for a wider entry and a later apex into the turn. Here again, just don't touch the curb, and we're bringing the car gently on throttle, making sure we don't snap into oversteer. Again here, I'm going to go a bit further to the right here to open up my entry line and find the grippier sort of part of the track, and then turn in to find a later apex. Not going too narrow to avoid the slippery line, and not going too wide to cost unnecessary time. Apexing around where I am now, I did touch the curb a little bit here. Thankfully it didn't affect me too much in this case, but avoid getting onto the curb there. And then once again, this turn I'm going to go for a wider and deeper line here. I'm actually going to be carrying some speed and going towards the middle of the track in the middle of this turn, and then finding a later apex to straighten my exit line. So quite wide here, and then straightening my car up there to make a very late apex, allowing me to get on throttle as my car's straighter at this point towards the finish. Do be very careful there. If you get too hard on the throttle too early there, it's very easy to snap into oversteer or even spin the car, and as always, avoid all those curbs, they're very slippery. I'm going to play through the whole run without any interruptions. I hope the guides helped you out. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.